I am Bane, but I'm not on an adventure. I have been out of commission for over a month, recouping from surgery. I had a deviated septum fixed and my nasal cavities repaired, and I haven't done anything. I've had people ask me about my bike setup. I haven't done anything on it. So I loaded everything up and I'm riding over to the park to look for a place to talk about my gear. I actually tried doing this a couple times at home and it just feels awkward. I couldn't do it. I recorded some stuff, went to edit it, and I'm like, man, this is bad. I got some new bags and I've changed up my cockpit a bit. I have a new camera, the Action. I got a hold of the DJI Action 4. So I'll be showing you all that stuff as well. And this weekend, I'll be going to the New River State Park to bike the New River State Park Trail. And the loadout on my bike currently is basically what I'm taking for that. So stick around if you want to see what stuff I'm dragging around and follow along. If you've been watching, you're probably familiar with it. I bike on a Trek 520. I did a couple of trips on a mountain bike, an old mountain bike prior to getting this, and then decided I liked it enough and needed to invest in a better bike. So on the Katy Trail, I used these Arkel Dolphins. Both of these together on the rear are 48 liters. They have two separate roll top pockets plus some water bottle holders on both sides. I really like that because it's good to organize. And you can see there's a pocket in between the two pockets to put stuff in that maybe you need to get real quick. Like this butt butter. After doing the Katy Trail with just bags on the rear, realizing it was quite off balance, I also got these Arkel Orcas. These are 25 liters, both of them together, so they're 12.5 liters a piece. They're roll top closures. They do have a little zipper spot in the front, which is neat. It's not terribly big, but big enough for organizing a little bit. I don't like, right off the bat, this little zipper compartment here because I think it's too small to actually be useful, and I feel like it's just a waste of material and weight. On the front of my bike, this is new setup. I got this phone holder, which probably ain't staying here. I'm probably gonna move it. It swivels, and that's kind of neat. It actually will swivel all the way around. I have my bike computer. I have my bike light. The bike light. That is the Cygolite Ranger. I believe it's the largest battery light they have. Totally wasteful for just day trips, but if you're out on multiple days, you want a battery that's going to last. And then of course, as I mentioned, I got the DJI Action 4. This is obviously an action camera, and this will stay right where it's at. One thing I like about this light, it's off right now. You hit this button, and now it's recording just that fast. So hopefully I'll see more critters. Oh, and my mirror. You should always have a mirror. And my bottle bags, which is actually where the camera I'm holding goes. The camera I'm using is the DJI Pocket Osmo 3. The Pocket Osmo. It is a camera with a gimbal. The Pocket Osmo goes in this pocket. I also have this Arkel frame bag. I usually put my day's food in there, snacks and whatnot, and then I use just a water bottle. And I carry a couple liters of water with me in these smart water bottles. So first off, I'll start with my sleep stuff. In this bag, let's see, I have my tarp and my hammock. My hammock straps, and I have my tent stakes. And down inside the bag still is my bottom quilt. This goes underneath the hammock, especially when it's cold. Hopefully the wind don't blow it away. Pretty light. The bags are listed as waterproof, but there's no such thing as waterproof. They're water resistant. And from my backpacking experience, I line my bags with a waterproof bag. This is Nilo Flume. It's not used for this, or not made for this, but backpackers use it. It's lighter than a trash bag and reasonably cheap. That goes in any bag that you don't want getting wet. Also, on the way over on this little trip, I brought my tent as well. I prefer using the hammock, but you can't always find a spot for your hammock. I'm probably not carrying them both, but I keep telling myself I'm going to take them both. Again, Nilo Flume bag. I have my tent. This is the X-Mid 1P by Dan Durson. This is a one-person tent. The tent requires tent poles, and this is the tent poles. Also by Dan Durson. I think they're called the Flick poles or something. Now, in an attempt to balance everything out, this is how I have the bags loaded. Right now, they're all around 6 pounds. I have a rain jacket. This is from a company called Dutchware. It is waterproof. It won't soak through, apparently. I've mainly only used this as a wind shell so far. I haven't been out in the rain too much. In the summertime, you probably just best to get rained on. And then I have rain pants, also from Dutchware, kind of like a matching thing. Also waterproof. Again, I've only used these in the winter so far as a windbreak. And the last thing in this bag is my top quilt. I almost forgot, if I'm using the tent, I have to have a pillow and I have to have a ground pad. The pillow is a Sea to Summit pillow. It's a blow up pillow, but it also has down on it. So when you blow it up, it doesn't feel like a plastic balloon. And then the air pad for the summertime, or the ground pad for the summertime, is the Thermarest Neo Air. It's lightweight, and this is also just 48 inches long, so it's only for my torso, and my feet will be on the bottom of the tent, which doesn't really bother me. Again, I might carry the tent with my hammock. On the New River State Trail, I know I can use my hammock, so I'll probably be smart and not take the tent. All right, real quick. This is most of my camp stuff all laid out. So I have my helmet. I know somebody asked why I don't always wear it. I have my rain gear. I have a tent and the poles for the tent. I have my hammock, a tarp that goes over the hammock, and the straps for that. Oh yeah, I have my tent stakes. I use the MSR Groundhog minis, and I also use the shepherd stakes. And then I have my bottom quilt and my top quilt. So this bag has my food in it. It also has my utensils and a bowl. And this bag has my clothes in it. Again, trying to level my bags out as far as weight, I have my toiletries, sunblock, stuff like that. I'm also bringing my puffy jacket. I'm not going to need it, probably, but if I do need it, I want it. This is I believe it's the Ghost Whisperer from Mountain Hardware. It's stupid light. It packs down quite a bit. It doesn't really take up any space. I have excess space anyways. I probably won't need it this weekend. I think the low's upper 50s, but I'd rather have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. One more thing I didn't mention is the Arkel trunk bag. Pretty sure they got a name for it other than trunk bag. It is water resistant, and the back side it actually has a cover for it, a rain cover, so if it does rain hard you can put the rain cover over it. But I keep all my electronics in Ziploc bags if need be, so I keep my drone in here, drone batteries, and the drone controller, plus a few odds and ends. I got some wipes in here. On this side, I have a bike cable, which is trash if you're not paying attention. And then I got this 10-foot long, super thin cable. At nighttime, I'll have this cable run through the lock, through the bike, and then into my hammock or my tent. Sometimes I'll throw the lock on the bike if I'm running in a store real quick. It's just enough to keep honest people honest. Don't know if I've mentioned my Crocs yet, but I bring my Crocs. I like having them at the summertime, or I like having them at camp. And in this pocket, I have an emergency blanket and an emergency poncho, along with a Sawyer squeeze for emergencies. That is it for this rundown. If you have any questions, let me know. I will try to make a list of all my stuff. I might not. I suck. I didn't discuss my food. I didn't discuss my clothes. If you have questions about that stuff, ask. I prefer synthetic stuff or wool for base layers. So I'm either wearing wool if it's cold as a base layer, or I'm wearing synthetic stuff like Under Armour. I like Under Armour. And I wear bike shorts. The ones with the pads, it looks like a dang diaper because bike seats hurt. I'm also running a Brooks saddle. I didn't mention that. I'm going to try to have this up Friday, and Friday I'm leaving for this trip. So if you catch this and you're interested in what I'm eating or what I'm wearing, let me know. And if I have service, I'll answer on my next video of the New River Gorge State Trail in Virginia. Yeah, follow along.